a question I've been getting so often is, Noah, dude, what do you actually do for 12 to 13 hours per day with your SMMA? So that's the whole point of what I want to make this video. And I know back when I started, I was asking people and mentors the same thing, is like, what are you actually spending your time on? Because it's like, oh, you can't, obviously, like, cold calling all day would be awesome, but that's just not like reasonable. So what do you actually spend your time on? So basically for me, I'm just going to walk through literally my entire day from time I wake up to time I go to bed. So first of all, I enjoy getting up early. That's when I have the most energy. So to some of you, it might be crazy, but I usually get up at 6 to 6, usually 5:45 to 6:30 a.m. every day, somewhere in that range. And I don't set an alarm, but I go to bed. I always get at least 8 hours of sleep a night. So some of you guys stay up way later, work later, but for me, this is just what works. I wake up early, but I don't even set an alarm. And that's something I used to do, is actually setting an alarm versus just getting up when my body naturally wants to. But I've actually been finding once I don't set an alarm, I'm in the habit of going to bed and waking up at the same time pretty much every day. And that automatically gets me it gets my circadian rhythm. It's really good for that, which is basically like your body's internal clock. And there's actually a ton of like health benefits and like longevity and stuff to that, which I'm not going to go into all that right now. But yeah, that's how I do that. But I always prioritize getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night. I just let my body naturally wake up. In the past, I have set alarms and stuff, but now this is just kind of what works for me. Pretty much, I'm going to wake up, pray, read my Bible, go downstairs. I'm going to drink always a glass of water right in the morning, and I'm going to go check messages, make sure that I'm caught up, go on my private Discord, answer questions there for people I work one-on-one with, and then make sure I'm answering all client questions, updating them, and just stuff like that. Basically checking the email, just kind of getting back to people and just doing what I need to do, responding to messages right away in the morning. What I'm going to do then is just go downstairs. I'm going to get ready for the day, wash my face, brush my teeth, that sort of stuff, all that fun stuff, and then literally start working. Like, that's my morning routine, is legit get ready, start working. Like, that's literally all I do. Then I just go sit behind my desk and just get to it. The first things I'm always going to do, though, something that helps me tremendously, and this, I didn't used to do this, but writing down the night before, what are the things that you need to get done tomorrow? So I have a checklist of exactly what are the tasks I want to accomplish, but writing them down the night before so I know exactly what I need to get done during the day. Because like I say in all my videos, if you can master those inputs and you can do the inputs day after day, do the daily actions, that's going to automatically move the business forward. And you don't need to worry about the revenue or the long run. If you can focus on the short term, just day by day, the tasks you do, that's all you need to do. So I'm going to write those out. And what you want to make sure you do, though, like when I get up, the first stuff I'm going to do is prioritize the most important stuff, the highest leverage things, which for me at this time is content. So I'm going to always make videos, plan videos and stuff like that first thing in the morning. Or I'm going to start doing like responding to DMs, seeing where leads came in from clients. And a lot of it's like tracking data as well. So I'm going to get up. I always track my data every single morning. That's like the first thing I do when I get back to my desk, literally for everything. So for outreach, inbound content, all that sort of stuff, you need to have a tracker for all of that. And after that, that's when I'm going to start doing like the videos and the high leverage tasks, which is always going to be content or outreach. Like, that's the stuff that's going to move the business forward. So that's pretty much the first couple hours of my day, honestly, is just doing that and getting done what I need to get done. So I usually keep working straight until I'll have my tea. I have peppermint tea. I'll work maybe an hour and a half, and then I'll go eat breakfast. I haven't had breakfast this morning yet, but then I'll go eat breakfast, have a coffee, sit outside, get some sun in for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll go straight back to working. Then it's usually taking sales calls, because then it's usually about 10 a.m. or so by then, and that's when I usually have calls booked. Then it's pretty much taking calls until lunchtime. Lunch, some days it's like 2:30, others it's usually like around like 1 p.m. So I'll go eat lunch, go outside. Maybe if I have time, I'll take like a little walk right after that, just to kind of digest. A lot of days, to be honest, I don't get outside, which sucks. I love the sunlight, but yeah, I mean, I prioritize work, and then I do my exercise and stuff like the gym in the afternoon, which is what I'm going to show you. But basically, I'm eating lunch, and at this point, I've already done most of my checklist, so I feel good about the day because I'm being productive. When I sit down, I actually sit down and work. And a quick hack for me as well that works is putting in just some noise canceling headphones, keeping your room or your office super dark. Just have like a little light. Like, I literally have one light on when I'm working, and I put AirPods in a lot of the times, not all the time, but then listen to like low frequency music, and it just gets you so dialed in. So I would listen to that. But one thing as well, that helped me or that you need to do is when you're doing a task, like just drown out everything else, put your phone on silent and don't do anything until you finish that specific task. So whether that's making 100 cold calls, whether it's shooting a video, planning something, going into your client's ad accounts and doing that. Don't even check your phone. Don't do anything. Don't look at your email until you do that task. You can cross it off your list and then you can maybe take like a quick breather, check stuff if you want. But I found if you're working on something and you have like you keep like looking around and you're not totally dialed in on this, it's going to take you 3 times longer than it should. And that's something Hormozy says as well, is with his people, they're like, yeah, I'll get this video edited for you in like a week. He's like, yeah, how about the next 8 hours? And then they make it work because it's just the time frame you give yourself. So if you give yourself, you don't want to put too much stuff on your list, like for your checklist, but you also want to make sure you're also not underestimating yourself and it's going to be an unproductive day. So that's basically up until lunch. After lunch, it's usually just calls, to be honest. Until at this point, I'm at a nice point in my agency where it's pretty automated, getting calls booked to my calendar every day. And it's pretty much taking calls most of the day, to be honest. And I have my appointment setter. I have a call with him as well, usually about 10:15 every single morning. So I forgot that. I'm kind of going all over, to be honest. So sorry about that. But I gotta have that. I mean, that's kind of my day. It's not always, when you run your own business, it's always going to be kind of sporadic. But the main things is get the high leverage stuff done right away, which is going to be your outreach, cold calls, sending cold emails, calling leads, all that sort of stuff. That's going to be the highest leverage stuff that you can do that's actually going to move the business forward. And then after that, like a lot of people are like, hey, what do you actually do? So, yeah, I mean, usually it's sales calls if you have any. Otherwise, just go like work on stuff with the agency. Because, yeah, you can't cold call 8 hours a day, but maybe go find another method of outreach when you're in those beginning stages. But initially, it was just a lot of cold calling, a lot of calls, booking appointments. Now it's more taking sales calls and stuff. So as you move up, as you get more clients, you're going to move into the higher leverage tasks and activities. Like now as well, I have some client check-in calls, but my schedule really is different every single day. And then basically I'm going to be on calls and stuff, like making videos until usually 4 or 5-ish p.m. And that's pretty much straight working. Obviously, there's like a breakfast and lunch in there, but other than that, I mean, it's 30 minutes and then it's just the rest is working. When I'm going to do that, I always prioritize, and you should as well, prioritize your health, exercise, all that. So I'm going to go to the gym. I go 6 days a week, just take Sundays off. And then I usually am going to get some sort of cardio in. So whether that's a run, usually go for like a 3-mile, like a 5K, or I'll go on like the assault bike at the gym. That's been something I've been doing recently, but just making sure, getting the heart rate up, getting the blood flow and burn some calories, come back and then I'll eat dinner. And then a lot of times as well, ideally, I will just kind of chill. It's going to be like 7 p.m. So I really don't want to work. It's already been a 12, 13-hour day so far. But then some days I do have like check-in calls with clients then, or stuff comes up where I'm just answering messages and responding to stuff. So it usually comes out to I end up finished working roughly at 7:30-ish. Now, not every single hour of that, obviously, not every single minute is just me sitting behind the desk, but that's kind of my whole work day. I really, during the weekdays at this point, a lot of it just is working. It's a lot of boring stuff. But yeah, that's kind of my schedule there. I know this video is all over the place, so I'm surprised if some of you guys are still watching here. But that's just like me speaking from the heart. Is what my everyday is like. I'll be honest, it's so up and down. My takeaways though that I want to give you: number one, if you're not doing it already, write your day down before on a checklist. What are the things you want to get done? Make sure you cross off every item on that checklist, no matter what. And if you finish early some days, like then it's fine. Go for a walk or something. Like treat yourself. Like you don't have to be sitting behind the desk every single hour, every single second of every day. That's what I realized as well. So I've been getting more laid back, better at that, but making sure you're finishing those high leverage tasks you need to do. And just figure out what's the thing that's going to move my business forward the most. For most people, for pretty much everyone, it's going to be outreach or content, a way to get clients. You need to focus on that. That's what the beginning of your day should be. The second half should be like calls and stuff, actually like, yeah, converting clients. And then you can do like service delivery and stuff after that. But that's pretty much how I structure my day. But just get in a flow, find what works for you. Maybe you like sleeping in more, working later at night. Find what works for you and just stay consistent with it, because consistency is the key to literally anything. Consistency in time. That's what Sam Ovens says. And you can do something consistently over a long enough period of time, then it makes it unreasonable for you not to hit your goal. And that's pretty much my day right there. Then I'll maybe watch some YouTube or something, just chill, talk with some friends, and then pretty much go to bed at usually 9 o'clock. and then I'll read a book for usually 15, 30 minutes. If I don't fall asleep by then, I'll go to sleep usually 9:30, 9:45, 10 p.m. at the latest. And that's basically my day from the moment I wake up to going to bed, and they just repeat over and over. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about like my schedule, SMMA in general, like how to scale your agency, anything like that, literally just DM me on Instagram. It's in the description, or it's at noah.help, just my name. And I'm always super happy to help you guys out there. But other than that, I appreciate you watching. Feel free to check a video out on the screen that YouTube recommends for you now, and I will see you there. Peace.